Hey guys, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to get protein on a raw vegan diet. So my personal favorite is the almond coconut yogurt. So you just get 2 young Thai coconuts, you open them up and you use the water. This is how I like to do it. I just open up 2 and I use the water of the 2 coconuts, and then I'll put the meat in there too. And then I do 2 cups of soaked almonds. Raw, unpasteurized, organic almonds. I soak them for 24 hours. In that process of soaking them for 24 hours, I swap out the water at least 3 times, easy. Probably more like 4 or 5. And so the recipe, if you really want to follow the recipe, is 2 cups of soaked almonds and 24 ounces of coconut water, and then about a cup of coconut meat. And then I like to enhance it with Pure products. I do the Life Essentials, which is a rice bran complex, and then the protein, Pure protein, raw life protein. And I take the probiotics, which has very proteolytic probiotics in there, which means it breaks down the proteins into amino acids, the fats into fatty acids, and the carbohydrates into simple sugars. So you blend it up and you let it sit out for about 4 hours, depending on the temperature. If it's really cold, it takes longer, and if it's hot, it takes longer. I mean, if it's cold, it takes longer, and if it's hot, it'll culture slower. So you have to leave it out for longer, but generally it's not going to be less than 4 hours. So why do we do that? Because when we put this very powerful probiotics in there, they multiply. So they start eating up the almonds and the coconut, and they multiply and they turn into trillions. But not only that, they help you they pre-digest your food for you, so your body doesn't have to work as hard to digest it. So now you take this is a coconut buddy, and it's really easy to take out the meat like that. You don't even have to open them up. You can open it up. Generally I don't, but I'm going to show you guys. So you could just like that, in there, and then you just take the coconut buddy and you scoop out the meat. And just cut it up a little bit more so that the blender doesn't struggle. Just drop it in there. I can't remember, to be honest, what website I got this at, but I don't know. If you probably type of coconut buddy, you could find it. It's really really convenient tool to have, especially if you're like me and you do a lot of almond coconut yogurts. And I do different types of yogurts too. Sometimes I'll do I just recently for the first time made macadamia coconut milk, and I made gorilla milk with it, and it was awesome. Very delicious. So you can basically make any nut milk, and then you can make the gorilla milk. The original recipe is almond coconut milk, or you could just even do almond milk. And if you want to enhance it, then you do almond coconut milk. But you can also make pretty much any nut milk and mix it with 50% of the green juice, or if you don't want to do too much fat, then you could do 70% green juice, 30% nut milk, or 25%, whatever your preference is. So for the juice, you can if you don't like doing too much sugar, then you leave the apples out. But if you don't mind, then the recipe is 2 apples, 1 bunch of celery, 1 bunch of cilantro, 1 bunch of parsley, one bunch of black kale, and 1 cucumber. And you juice that up, and then you mix it with the nut milk. So here we have the 2 cups of soaked almonds. Drop it in there, and now we're gonna take a small scoop of this Very powerful probiotics. Doesn't take much. Just drop it in there. And then we're gonna put I like to do two scoops of the Pyridine protein. And then I also do a couple scoops of the Life Essentials. This is very rich in vitamin E, and this is very good for your hair, skin, and nails. It's loaded with vitamin E, and it also has all kinds of other different vegetable powders in there. It's very good for you. So we have the Life Essentials. We have the Pyridine protein, and we put the probiotics in there, and we got the 2 cups of almonds and the meat and water of 2 coconuts. So now we're going to use the Dynapro, and we're going to vacuum seal it, just so that anytime you blend something, if you're not using a vacuum seal system, there's going to be air mixing in with the content, and it's going to make it oxidize much faster. But not only that, when you're blending it up, you're kind of destroying some of the nutrition. And since our food, if you know or if you don't happen to know, our food nowadays is just because of the growing practices, it doesn't have what it's supposed to have. It doesn't have the minerals it's supposed to have. It doesn't have the vitamins it's supposed to have. It doesn't have the phytochemicals. Basically, sad to say but true, our food is very deficient. So anytime you can do anything to offset that, that's a very wise move. So that's why I like to use the Tri-Best Dynapro, so I can vacuum seal this and preserve as much nutritional value. So basically the air sucked out of there, and now we could just, blend it up, and it's ready to go. So the coconut meat on those coconuts is usually a lot less thick. So I'm gonna probably have to blend this up a little more, put some water in there. But basically there you have it. I mean, you just 2 cups of almonds, 24 ounces of coconut water, and the meat, and throw some probiotics in there. So you can culture it, and if you want to enhance it, you throw the protein in there, and then you throw if you want to take it to another level, you throw the Life Essentials, all this stuff, which you can find at pyridine.com. So this is how I like to do it, so that I can make sure that I get all my aminos, so I can be nice and strong and healthy. Thank you for watching.